singing choir. Yeah, happy Chinese New Year.
During the Chinese New Year period, people greet one another with lucky phrases and sayings to wish each other health, wealth, and good fortune.
So, the Chinese New Year usually falls on the first new moon of February, which will be the 9th at exact time 2:59 Eastern Time, 5:59 Pacific Time, and 10:59 Universal Time. So this is going to be a big moon. I'm calling this the Re or the RE moon because we have a lot of re words like rerun, renew, remove, readjust. There's a lot of words you see a lot being thrown at you. And these words will be popping up throughout this whole video. We're going to discuss this very important big moon. Not only is the sun and the moon in Aquarius, but we have a stellium. We have Mercury, Pluto, Saturn, and the sun and the moon all in Aquarius. By February 16th, we should have 5 of the 12 zodiac signs in Aquarius. So we'll be discussing a lot about that, Aquarius, as well as new moons, new cycles. We'll talk about the Chinese New Year. Now that it's 2024, we're celebrating the year of the wood dragon. So we'll speak a little about that. And then we'll do a collective tarot card reading, and we'll go sign by sign. So we'll do a collective read, and then we'll have everybody sign. New sun, moon, rising for this new moon, February 9th. I'm ClairV, by the way, and my loudmouth son. You like that? So yes, new moons are all about new cycles. It's the beginning of the lunar cycle, the beginning of the Chinese New Year. So this is a very special moon. New moons are all about new beginnings, restarts, reimagining things. When you think of the moon, you think of imagination and emotions. So we have Aquarius, who wants to be free, and then we have the new moon, which is all about emotions. So we have this like free emotion. Aquarius is all about groups of people, and when you think of this new moon, so these new emotions are going to come out with possibly new groups of people, and it'll be best to share your emotions. It'll be better to understand your emotions if you're in a large group of people. Especially if those people are have the same feelings as you. It'll be best to be around, people like that. It's a lot of brotherhood, sisterhood, or large groups, communities. Yes, so thanks to Cancer, I've created a very awesome mix between the Tarot of the Curious Creatures and Sacred She Tarot. So we're calling this the Sacred She Curious Creatures Tarot. So while I shuffle, I'll maybe talk a little bit about this special moon and why it's so special. So yeah, like I said, it's the year of the wood dragon. So if we break it down and you think of wood, Wood is natural and grounded and rooted. It's expansion. It's solid. You think of wood as always growing, but very slowly growing. Yes, it's all about growth, expansion. Wood is very resourceful, like you seen in Aries and Cancer's reading. We were burning the wood stove. It's good for heat. wood can be used for a lot of things. I have a wood necklace, wood, you know what I mean? Wood can be used for so many things. So, and when we put that together, combine the wood with the dragon, which the dragon is, what do you think of when you think of a dragon? They're very majestic and they're exuberant, and I ate off my wooden table last night. We made our own wooden table when we didn't have one. Humongous, and they're historic, magical, and they're enchanting. So when you put the dragon together with the wood, we have this a very, very exciting, creative, innovative, rejuvenating. Here goes with our rewords. Renewing. You know, the trees, they grow, the wood grows leaves, and you could do so many things with it. So we have a lot of learning, and this is about wisdom. And depending on what kind of wood it is, it could be sacred. I mean, it's all from God. So the wood dragon is going to be a cool year. 2024, year of the wood dragon. It begins this new moon. It's so exciting. I can't wait to find out how this is going to impact your zodiac sign specifically. Now, we are doing sun, moon, rising signs. So any sign will match you. We're going to go sign by sign, starting with the collective. We are going to see how this new moon is going to affect us as a whole. First, the spread, I found it. And I have a little spread set up. Since we are here on spread space, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here's the theme. I always like to have a little theme. But this reading is a 5-card spread. So since this is the re-moon, we're redoing and rejuvenating and all of these fun things, we are going to take a look. A lot of this has to do with habits and recovering from these habits as well, because we are releasing many of these replaying relationships and reoccurring situations. So, like I said, this is a big RE moon. So, our main energy, for the energy here, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, she came up in 2 other readings, I think Virgo. But she's upright here, so she's very poised. She carries herself very well and is a very good communicator. Although her sword is double-edged, so her tongue could be hurtful as well as it could be helpful. But here she's upright, so I don't see any of that bitchiness here with this Queen of Swords. She is holding herself with poise and grace. And she is very blunt and honest in her words, in her speech. And she gets straight to the point. There's no beating around the bush when it comes to the Queen of Swords. So perhaps this is that energy, especially when we have Mercury in Aquarius. So we're speaking about our emotions to people, to a group, or to others. So moving along here for the collective energy, what this new idea is, and we received number 14, integrity in reverse. So I look at this as the opposite of integrity. The meaning of integrity is doing the right thing even when no one's looking. This is in reverse. So we have a lack of courage So perhaps this new idea is letting go of your inner child and your shadow self. I see the inner child, the child is in, and then I see a shadow. So here, the new idea we have is a lack of courage when it comes to our inner child and our shadow combining. But perhaps that's why we have this energy. Maybe we are communicating about that, so then let's figure it out. So the third card, we received the moon in reverse. So perhaps we still have these energies lingering from this full wolf moon that we just experienced. So perhaps we are lacking the courage to put that in words. So that's why being in a group setting would really help. Seeing other people do it will help you, you know what I mean? This is what I say, it's like a new moon. It's like that full moon leaving and this new moon rising. Very Cancerian energy, like homey energy. Perhaps we're freeing ourselves from these emotions, from these negative, these stale emotions or stale beliefs or thoughts, or maybe this imagination that we have. We're freeing ourselves of that, of the habit of holding that in. We're creating new patterns. We're redoing a lot of things. For the fourth card, we received the very, very, very bright and exuberant Sun card, which is a very happy card in the deck. So this new moon tone, it has a very, when I see this, I think of as like pride and like showing off your energy and like, you know, just very confident. And this tone is it's a very happy tone. What intentions are we setting? And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this tells me that we are we're letting go of all of these old things. All of these things have been around for 7 months, a week, for these things that have been around for perhaps 7 years. These things that we've been growing. And these seeds that I'm talking about aren't good seeds. These are seeds that are uprooted. They're not healthy. These are habits. These are things that are growing, have been growing for years perhaps, and we're letting go of that, and we're setting intentions to let go of what will bring us negativity or what no longer serves us. We're releasing rotten roots. How about it? We're releasing the rotten roots here with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So these two cards I have up here for the collective, we're gonna have them as our secret mystery card that we'll reveal at the end of this reading. We'll go through sign by sign and see how this new moon in Aquarius will be affecting you and your sign. Beginning with Aries. Aries, good day to you, Aries. My fellow Arians. Let's give these a really good shuffle. I'm just so excited for this new moon. We can set intentions. Oh, Aries, we have some deception fly out. And then I need 5 cards. Is that 5 cards? Let's see. I think we have 3 cards popped out. So I guess we have another message for the collective. Aries, you can maybe take this as your message as well, since it came out before your reading. But the first 3 cards that came out, we have deception, wolf in sheep's cloth, there's a reading about that, about the competition. And then we had 3 of Cups, which that's what it looks like here as well. And perseverance, which 7 and 8 add up to 13, which is the devil, also deception. Where's the deception coming from? This group of friends. I see the picture of the red, the 3 of Cups in the Rider-Waite deck, where we have the woman and the lady in red. Now this lady in red, especially when in reverse and when she comes up in a love reading, is not the type bitch you want coming up in your reading. Like, this lady in red is like fucking your man type bitch. So that's the kind of shit that I feel. Even though this is upright, it's surrounded by deception and the perseverance. So it's like we're holding out, we're like sticking around in this group with deception, and perhaps we're not even aware of it, since we do have a wolf in sheep's clothes. You do not see these wolves. Perhaps you don't see the sheep's teeth, the wolf's teeth. There is a celebration, and in this group, we're at the celebration, there's deception, but we are to persevere. We're to persevere, we're to hold it out, we're to stick it through. And I hear, like, use your intuition when it comes to, like, when you hear something, the truth is always inside of you. So I say, when you hear something, like, the truth's coming out, like, you'll feel it. You'll feel the truth. Alright, so on to Aries for real now. Alright, so our main energy here, Aries, we have the King of Cups in reverse. So we have a very big imagination that is in this uproar sea of emotions that you're off your throne. You're thrown off your throne. Thrown off your throne, Aries. And the new idea for you is not to be alone. We have solitude in reverse. Perhaps wood carving or making designs in something else. Putting a quilt together, collaboration, some kind of group of some sort, an activity, something, Aries. The new idea is to get involved. For 3, what are you freeing yourself of? You're freeing yourself of looking at the material aspect of things. You're freeing yourself of looking at what you have instead of what you are. We have the Page of Pentacles. Perhaps we are freeing ourselves of some kind of learning or schooling or something. Some kind of commitment. Maybe we're freeing ourselves of some kind of message or news. Maybe we're sharing this news to the collective. Sharing how we feel, perhaps, because we have the solitude surrounded by these two. The new moon tone for you, we have separation. We are liberating ourselves from these actions, these what we do, our passions, because we have the Knight of Wands here. What intentions are we setting? We're definitely setting new intentions on, like, riding off, like, the Knight of Wands is like a charmer, like they dress, it's like you, Aries, like they dress real nice, and he's setting off, we're separating from the past. Perhaps we have to go to the past to separate from it, but this Knight of Wands, this is a new idea. We're setting a new idea, a new tone for this new moon separation. And the new moons are all about beginnings, so you think of beginnings. Well, with beginnings come endings. You know, something has to end before it starts. Alright, Taurus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and then we have the Hierophant. So it's real spiritual too, like that. Very spiritual, perhaps we're teaching or being a teacher, learning about religion. But the whole tone for this new moon, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So we are loving our family life, home, Taurus. This energy is very family-like the collective, like in groups, like Aquarius is. And the new idea is spontaneity in reverse. But you have this woman, and this new idea of yours is to take the mask off, is what I hear. We're taking the mask off, and we are walking with our true selves in pride, with confidence, and we're moving to the future with this cheetah. And if you know anything about cheetahs, the minute it's their face, this is very quick. Perhaps something changes where your mask got zapped off, because right here, or what you're freeing yourselves of, maybe you're going celibate. You're freeing yourselves of these habits, like this. It's like the collective energy. What do you like to do that makes you tired, or that makes you like put you to sleep, or puts a mask on? What kind of habit or passion do you have that you need to let go of? Oh, this new moon's tone, we received the 7 of Cups, which Taurus, this is very dreamy. You have a lot of options. You could have a very vivid imagination or vivid dreaming at this time. Like, we can have dreams, like big dreams. And I'm telling you, like, maybe this new moon is affecting your subconscious, where your imagination, your creativity is going to be flowing. You're going to get a lot of new ideas. What intention you should set. We have this Knight of Cups, which showed up in Cancer's reading, Hooked to the Past. So our intentions are to let go of these past emotions. Whatever we're hooked to the past with, it's time to let that shit go. We're getting unhooked. The new intentions for you, Taurus, is to be unhooked. And you have your family, you have a lot of help, you have the resources, the money, whatever, to whatever for it. They're all set up for me. God knows. Alright, moving along to Gemini. Gemini. This new moon. Our Gemini. So the whole this energy we have, transition, and I see the hourglasses with this sand, like times up Gemini. I hear, like, you know, like the labor pains are coming, like when you're about to have a baby and your water breaks, like it's time for that change, like a new birth. I hear like you're birthing a new baby. So with this transition comes a lot of pain, like keening pain, but it is very refreshing because we have a new birth here. So for all that pain and grief, it's like very well worth it. And it's like happy, you know, when you have a baby, it's like the best thing in the world. So moving along to the new idea that you're gonna have, Gemini, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So like the collective, this This new idea is letting go of these material things, these things that you're outgrowing. You're getting bigger than you're bigger than this. Deep blue songs. So perhaps we're dressing a new style or a new flavor, or we're expressing ourselves in a different fashion. So what are you freeing yourself of? You are freeing yourself of these old intentions. You are where energy goes, where intention goes, energy flows. That thing I see. So where you're pointing, your target has changed. Where you were aiming before, you're no longer aiming. You have a new target. This new moon's tone is compassion. Number 8, look at this baby on the alligator, and this is spirit. So perhaps this is having a new compassion for this spirit. 8 is the strength to get on top of this alligator like that. It takes not physical strength. It takes literal courage for you to hug a beast. You know what I mean? So perhaps this tone is set for having compassion for things we know we wouldn't. This is having the courage and compassion. So that's our intention, Gemini, to have more compassion. And not only that, to have compassion towards others, but this is having compassion with our inner child, our inner beast. What intentions are we setting? We are setting a different intention for self-expression. Perhaps the intention is set on loving others. I see this baby turning like Beauty and the Beast, almost like this baby is turning into this lady and this is turning into a man. So perhaps this compassion will change the way you express yourself, Gemini. Alright, moving along to Cancer. 2442, Cancer. Alright. So, this new moon energy for you, Cancer, is the 3 of Pentacles. I see this time as 3 kids like trying to sneak into a window or something, or 3 people trying to get to the same thing. It's like trying to get to the cookie jar, and they're all helping. They all play a part in getting this one goal. So perhaps you are in this collaboration with others who have the same goal. And what new idea will we have? This is the Sun card, joy, but we have joy in reverse. But this Sun, no matter reversed or upright, is always a good card. Last time I seen this as lack of joy, but this time I see us. I see this as us letting go of these habits and like using our wisdom, our inner wisdom to see what's black, what's white, what's good, what's bad, and to focus on the good. We are letting go whatever is keeping us off balance. What are you freeing yourself of? Awesome energy. You're freeing yourself of this heartbreak, Cancer. We're mending the heart. So this new moon tone, perhaps we're going to need a lot of rest. This is going to affect you. You're not going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel groggy and like run down. And I'm see the situation from a child's point of view, maybe. Or, and then perhaps look at the same situation from an old woman's point of view or an old man's point of view. What intentions to set? Are we setting repressive? It's another word where it's a repression. So, Cancer, this is intentions of repression. So, it's a good thing we're doing this reading. So, perhaps we can set our intentions higher or set them on the positive. Because right under this, like, good, evil, we have this. So, perhaps we are having some trouble releasing this repression. So maybe that's why we have to go to this group. It'll be better for you to express this emotion from this, to express your emotions from this grief, this heartache, in a group setting. Alright, Cancer. Leo, for this new moon's energy. You know, the moon, this new moon is extra vibrant for you, Leo. This energy, we have karma. Look at all that gold. Perhaps we could wear gold or yellow, the color that will brighten up our mood around this time. And perhaps we're gonna get our dose of karma. Whatever seeds you planted previous are coming, they're germinating, they're sprouting, and now you're actually holding it. You see, like, oh, this is, I worked and this is what I received. So you're literally holding, it's like, oh, what's the word? Automatic gratification. What is that? It's like automatic gratification. But that's not the word. But that's what it is. So the new idea I hear is compromise. We're compromised. We're no longer going to war with or no longer arguing with. Our new idea is to compromise. And what are you freeing yourself of? Of arrogance. I guess you'd have to free yourself of this in order to compromise. It's almost like you made the decision to forgive so that way you can compromise and then you can hold that. Maybe that's what you're holding. You're holding that pride, like, I grew. Normally, in any other normal situation, you wouldn't react this way. And now you're reacting this way and you're like, oh wow, now I feel it, you know, I feel something. And perhaps we're blaming yourself or blaming others. That's like this, that's the tone of the karma. This karma is, maybe you're blaming somebody else for, maybe you have something and you're blaming somebody else for it or something of the sort. Perhaps you're blaming yourself. But what intentions are you setting? We have the Death in reverse. So you're setting intentions like Cancer, like you don't want to let go. And it is like you're holding on to these strings. We have this like this. And it's like, and you see, like, he's holding this one thing and this one thing, these two combined, and now you have these cords. Okay, that reminds me. That's how you let go. You have to cut these cords, Leo. If you haven't yet did this or heard of anything like this, who goes into it? Sagittarius, cutting the cords, expelling negativity, goes all into it. I will tag it up in the right hand corner. You can watch that, and I should tag in that video where it is cutting the cords, so that way you can go right there. So that way you know, because that has to be done, Leo. You have to cut these cords, or you're not going to be able to move on, and you're going to have to suffer this karma, and you don't want this. You don't want that. You want to relieve yourself of this, or else you're going to continue going the same thing, and nothing's going to change. So yeah, in order to release, you have to cut them cords, Leo. Alright, Leo. Virgo. Virgo, here we go, Virgo. Here we go, Virgo. Here we go. So, this new moon's energy, we have disappointment. Oh, Virgo. You're disappointed, and you're looking at your emotions, and perhaps this, what you lost. But you don't realize behind you is this, from what you lost, is growing something so beautiful, Virgo. You don't realize it. It's something that you can't see, more on a spiritual thing, and that's perhaps this new idea is for you to go on this spiritual journey to figure out like how you could walk away from this disappointment. You're taking this light and disappointment and using it to go spiritually. We're freeing ourselves of this defeat. You're freeing yourself from defeat. You're basically like giving up or surrendering. You have to surrender to free yourself, Virgo. This new moon's tone. So because of this disappointment, there's a lack of determination. Lack of determination is right under the disappointment. Like, these lights are coming lines in here. So next to you, you see it. In front of you, you see it. Inside of you, you see it. Like, you see this disappointment everywhere you turn. To perhaps, like we did in the Cancer reading, we pick up and like go in a different atmosphere, or have a different change the setting, or change the people you're around, or something. Change the lane you're in. Change lanes. Intentions to set. The intentions to set is to have realistic thinking, Virgo. We're thinking logically, not with our emotions. We're not thinking with our imagination. We're thinking logical thinking here, Virgo. And that's the intentions to set for this new moon. Happy new moon to you, Virgo. Okay, Libra. Libra for this new moon. Happy Chinese New Year, Libra. Okay, my level Libras, here we go. So this energy of this new moon is bringing you love energy. I love it, Libra. We are expressing love. We are doing that. What's that called? PDA. We're expressing our love to everyone. We have the courage in ourselves to express not only to everyone, but express to everyone our love for ourselves. In a very playful way, we have these dolphins. It's very playful ways, very flamboyant. We are expressing ourselves. We're coming out of our shells. The new idea we have, Libra, is this Nine of Cups. It's our wishes. We're letting go of all these wishes that are far-fetched or are out of our reach, or suppose they're not out of our reach, but they don't fill our cup. So we are ridding ourselves of these wants that don't serve us. And what are you freeing yourself of? You're freeing yourself of work. Perhaps you're taking a vacation. You're freeing yourself of looking at like these little things. Looking at it, you're freeing yourself from doing the same thing over and over and over again. We're doing something different. So that's this new moon tone is magical. This is going to be magical. We have the Magician right under the Two of Cups. So this is like a magical Libra. Very magical. You have all the tools that you need to succeed. You have all the tools you need to bring this love together, like this unit, this union. It's like you're using your emotions, you're using your logic, you're using your virtues, and you're using your mind, and you're collaborating all of this to create this love, which is beautiful, Libra. The intentions to set for this new moon: practice makes perfect. That's what I hear. We're letting go of the idea of perfection. And instead of being perfect, we want to be just a little bit better than we were the day prior or the hour prior. Thank you, Libra. Moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio for this new moon. Alright, for this new moon's energy, we have the Chariot in reverse. So perhaps we have this like defeated energy, or where these emotions, we're in a sea of emotions. These emotions have turned raw or stale, or they're usually blue and they're like brown and yellow. That makes me think of the water when it freezes, when you speak like hateful things or when you ignore something. Even a thought can change the molecular structure of a substance. So perhaps we're being careful of how we think and feel about the past. What new idea are we having? We're no longer trapped anymore. We're no longer tied up. This idea is letting go of whatever is keeping us restrained, Scorpio. Perhaps where, like, I see like measuring, like when you measure, see how when you put the thing around you to measure, perhaps you're measuring your arms, your body, and we're feeling a sensation like without looking. So it's like you don't even have to look to see it. You could feel it. What are you freeing yourself of, Scorpio? You're freeing yourself of this lack of self-confidence. So perhaps you're doing something, riding this bike or doing something to boost your confidence. You found a key. You found a new key inside you. You're diving into something that a pool you never swam in before. This new moon tone is this Eight of Wands. These are Cupid's arrows. Perhaps you are running. You are like with the gusto. You have a lot of energy. You're very, you're fit. This guy's very toned. You see all his muscles. You're feeling so good about it, Scorpio. What intentions are you setting? Oh, this is very nostalgic. We're setting, perhaps you're like showing off your son or your daughter. You're setting loving motherly intentions. Your intentions to set are to, perhaps you're doing your family portraits. Like getting pictures developed or something like that. Putting pictures in a frame. You're getting dialed all up. And like matching clothes of something, like matching headbands or something of that sort. And you're like, maybe, perhaps you're putting a showcase, like your son got a trophy or something. You're like, oh, like, look at my kid, like, or my daughter. Perhaps it is a daughter. You're like, look at my kid, like, she drew this picture with her feet, I hear. So like it's something like perhaps your child has like a rare gift, or like a gift that many other children don't have, and you're like, yeah, nonchalant about it, but putting it on showcase, as you should. I know my kids are good at, basketball and flipping and what they're good at everything they do, and I post that shit like, look at my kid, look at my baby. So yeah, there you go, Scorpio. Thank you. Moving along to Sagittarius. For this new moon's energy, we have the King of Swords. Wow. This is like the collective. You're very mature in your speech. You're very right to the point and honest in a very logical way. And perhaps this has you're putting new ideas into vocal cords, into a different vibration with this departure. But departure's in reverse, so it's like a union. Instead of a separation, we're coming together. And I see you bringing something, like this bird has a leaf to make a nest. So you have something, you have a piece, perhaps you're going to do a speech or something. You're bringing something with you for this union to happen. What are we freeing ourselves of? We're freeing ourselves of this conflict. There's a conflict, perhaps there's a conflict spiritually, or with, like I see you looking in a mirror. Perhaps there's a conflict, you have to do that thing, like look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful, or tell yourself like 5 nice things, or at least one good thing for now. But you have many good qualities, Sagittarius, and you rule the thighs. I'm hearing like about your ankles, like be careful with your ankles if you're playing basketball or something. Make sure you have your high tops on, something like this. Like we want to be extra careful with our ankles and our legs at this time. What tone are we setting? Perhaps it's bringing up negative habits with your speech or with honesty. And what intentions are we setting? We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. So we are letting go of this repressed energy from the past. We're like yelling at it. So that's good. Awesome news. Awesome news, Sagittarius. Moving along to Capricorn. So for this new moon for you, you receive number 8, labor of love. This is this energy. We are doing something creative, expressive. We're expressing our love. We're putting it out for the whole world to see. And what tone, that's the energy. And this energy comes from this tone, like of power. Perhaps you're seeking to be the boss, or to win, or for some kind of power. What new idea do you have? We have a new idea of to not listen to the advice of someone. Perhaps someone's giving you advice and you're like going against it or something. Or the new idea is to speak or say something that we normally wouldn't say. What are we freeing ourselves of? You're freeing yourselves of some kind of discipline or law. Maybe we're getting off of probation or something like that. You're freeing yourself from this everyday thing, this everyday habit, what you do every day. Or some kind of rules. Maybe you're loosening up on the rules. The intentions to set for this new moon, Capricorn, is alchemy. You're taking one thing and another thing and you're creating a whole new substance. Perhaps we are training she's training a falcon. That takes patience and time, and You have to know that you're able to do that in order for you to actually do it. So yeah, that takes some cognitive abilities. I forget the word. So yeah, Aquarius. This energy for this new moon for you, Aquarius, is privilege in reverse. So it's like the lack of privilege. It's like you feel like you're trapped, or like you can't get out, or something. The new idea that you're having is to indulge. Maybe you're eating cake, you're indulging. This is your new idea, is to just like lay around, perhaps. What are we freeing ourselves of? We're freeing ourselves of freedom, of liberation. Perhaps that's why we're indulging. We're just like letting ourselves go in a way. New moon tone is very colorful. It's very giving. Perhaps you're indulging and giving to others. And with the intentions to set, you're waking up. You're waking up to the truth of some new Uranus thing. Uranus is affecting you, and something shocking happens, and you're just waking up to that, Aquarius. And Pisces, last but not least, what's up? Here we go, Pisces, and this energy this new moon's energy got you off balance, Pisces. You are off balance, your emotions and your logic doesn't add up, your head and your heart are misaligned. This light as a feather is now stiff as a board. For your new idea is to perhaps go with the flow. You're unfrozen, you're thawing out. That's your new idea, is to thaw out and to wake up. You're freeing yourself, probably you're freeing yourself of a bitch, or freeing yourself of communication, or of these, you're freeing yourself of getting straight to the point, or being blunt, maybe. Or maybe you're freeing yourself of being widowed. Maybe you're getting into a relationship. Or perhaps you're freeing yourself of some woman, like the Queen of Swords, someone who is very vocal and blunt. This new moon's energy, you still have this effects from the old moon, Pisces. You have this very homey, or very it's like a writer's block, I hear. Perhaps our intuition is foggy, or we need Reiki or something like that. Our vibes are off. We're putting out these words to the public that aren't good. Or maybe it's to yourself, but whatever it is, we have to change these thoughts. The intentions to set, to hold out, to wait. The intentions is to wait for it. Intentions are to wait for it, because we have this very bright thing coming. This, like the sun is rising, and we have this very bright thing, perhaps with the brotherhood or mating, something like that. Okay, so for the collective, for our two cards that we had in the beginning are, you're seeing them before me, Ten of Cups and the Page of Swords. What great energy to have, collective. We have the Ten of Cups, which is very loving and compassionate and family oriented, and perhaps we're telling stories, or we're making a story, or we're reading a story. And the Page of Swords, so this is learning something new, reading, writing. And I see hummingbirds, so this is being very flexible. You know, hummingbirds, they can go back, forward, round and round, and they're very happy, very precise, and they're very fast. And with these books, I see communication and truth. So perhaps we are dealing with the truth and communication in a loving way. And perhaps it is to the public or to your family. Maybe you're expressing how you truly feel. And yeah, that's it for our new moon reading for the collective and all signs. Thank you. Once again, I'm ClairV, and this is Spread Space. If you have yet to do so already, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you for our full moon reading coming up the 24th of February. So exciting. Thank you. Love ya.